Here's a few more resources you might find helpful as you create and grow your podcast. Podcast Movement is the world's largest podcast conference. It's typically held each year in August and lasts around 4 days. In past years, they've held it in Nashville, Orlando, and Philadelphia. It's a great opportunity to network with other podcasters and learn some new ideas from speakers, which have included some big names in podcasting like Mark Maron, Terry Gross, Guy Raz, Sarah Koenig, Roman Mars, Kevin Smith, Mark Cuban, and many others. The schedule is divided into several tracks that focus on different aspects of podcasting like creation, industry, marketing, technical, audio dramas, monetization, and society, culture, and advocacy. There's an expo hall if you want to learn about different companies and technologies that will help you out in evening parties. It's a fun time and pretty affordable as far as conferences go. One book I would recommend reading is Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Although not specifically about podcasting, it covers a lot of great concepts about messaging and marketing that will be helpful to you. Essentially, the idea is that in movies and novels, there is a common pattern followed that helps to make the story more engaging. Here's the model. A character has a problem and meets a guide who gives them a plan and calls them to action that ends in a success or helps them avoid failure. The thing is, you're not the hero in the story. The customer, or in our case, the podcast listener, is the hero. Your job is being the guide along their journey and helping them succeed. Seeing things through this lens will help you think about how you can provide more value to your audience. It will help in the way you talk about and position your podcast, especially if you'll be directing your audience to a website to take further action. You can find the book on Amazon or Audible, or visit storybrand.com if you want to sign up for one of their workshops. Another book to read is Made to Stick by Chip Heath and Dan Heath. This is an excellent book for those who need to communicate an idea and have your audience remember it. The book is written around 6 qualities that make ideas stick. Simplicity. How do you strip an idea to its core without turning it into a silly soundbite? Unexpected. How do you capture people's attention and hold it? Concrete. How do you help people understand your idea and remember it much later? Credible. How do you get people to believe your idea? Emotional. How do you get people to care about your idea? Stories. How do you get people to act on your idea? These are great elements to consider when you plan out the content for your podcast. You can find the book on Amazon or Audible and visit heathbrothers.com for more resources and info on the other books they've done. Finally, another book I would highly recommend is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is more of a personal development book, but I find it useful for tackling any sort of big project, like starting a podcast. Oftentimes, we fall short from our goals because we haven't set up a good system for achieving them. This helps you think through how to make better habits so you can be more productive and accomplish the things you set out to do. This includes things like examining roadblocks, changing your environment, attaching new habits to existing routines, overcoming fear, and getting motivated. It's a very practical approach, and I found it helpful. Find this book on Amazon or Audible and visit jamesclear.com. He's got a very well-written blog worth following, along with what he calls the 321 newsletter, where each message includes 3 short ideas from James, 2 quotes from others, and 1 question for you to ponder.